This is a graphic that was recently shared by First Things First. It displays the teams with the most victories in the NFL over the last 3 seasons. Now, the initial intent was to highlight the Baltimore Ravens, but looking at it gave me this profound realization about the Philadelphia Eagles. It truly struck me how the Philadelphia Eagles are, without exaggeration, one of the franchises with the most wins over the past 3 decades. Even if we narrow the focus to just the last 3 seasons, there they are, sitting at the very top of the list. If we examine some of the other franchises on that graphic, the Detroit Lions, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, it becomes glaringly obvious. The Eagles have actually captured a Super Bowl title, unlike those other teams. The Lions haven't. The Bills haven't. The Ravens haven't. When you stop and truly reflect on this, the level of disrespect directed at Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles is nothing short of astonishing. This is especially true given the relentless emphasis we, as analysts and fans, place on the quarterback position. We hear it constantly. It's inescapable. We are bombarded with the message that the quarterback is the most critical piece of the puzzle. It's the narrative we consume from morning until night. Yet, despite this, there are voices out there, some talking head, whether it was Anthony or Arnold or whatever his name was, suggesting that Jalen Hurts is so inadequate that the Eagles should trade him. It makes you wonder, are we also suggesting the Lions should trade Jared Goff? Do we think his best years are behind him? What about Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or Patrick Mahomes? Jalen Hurts belongs in that elite company as one of the few quarterbacks who has not only guided his team to a high number of victories, but has also finished the job by winning a Super Bowl. Let's look at someone like C.J. Stroud. Yes, he led his team admirably, but we have to remember 2 things. First, he missed time due to injury, and another quarterback had to step in and secure wins, just pointing that out. Second, he hasn't taken his team to the Super Bowl, let alone won it. In fact, many critics place the blame for their playoff loss to the New England Patriots squarely on CJ. Stroud, despite his defense playing exceptionally well, he couldn't get the job done. In 2023, the Baltimore Ravens boasted a dominant defense, yet Lamar Jackson and his offense faltered, managing to score only 10 points. The Detroit Lions, for all their regular season prowess, also fell short. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles, however, got it done. They triumphed and defeated the Kansas City Chiefs. And who else is conspicuously absent from that list of top winning teams? Dak Prescott isn't there. Baker Mayfield isn't there. Trevor Lawrence isn't there. Justin Herbert isn't there. The list could go on and on. And to be clear, pointing this out isn't an indictment of those quarterbacks. The issue is the persistent, ongoing devaluation, not only of Jalen Hurts and his specific contributions, but of the entire Philadelphia Eagles organization. This isn't just a clip about Jalen Hurts individually, it's about the franchise's legacy. You simply cannot achieve this level of sustained success and be dismissed so easily. If the Eagles had accumulated 36 wins over this span, but had never hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, I could understand the skepticism. We could have the same conversations we have about teams like C.J. Stroud's or even Geno Smith's squads. But the crucial distinction, the key difference that everyone seems to overlook, is that Jalen Hurts and the Eagles actually won the Super Bowl. They didn't just get there, they finished the job. It's genuinely amusing to me how a team like the Philadelphia Eagles can win a championship, can have one of the most dominant playoff runs in history, scoring a combined 95 points in the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl. And yet, the narrative still wants to prioritize and nitpick their regular season performance. It's a bizarre double standard. When the Buffalo Bills or Baltimore Ravens play exceptionally well during the regular season, the immediate caveat is always, let's see what they do in the playoffs. When the Kansas City Chiefs have a sluggish regular season, the refrain is, just wait until the playoffs, they'll turn it on. But when the Eagles dominate in the playoffs across 2 separate Super Bowl runs, the goalposts are moved. The conversation shifts to trivial regular season stats. Oh, he only threw for 189 yards in Week 6? I don't like that. Oh, he only attempted 23 passes in Week 12? I don't like that. It just doesn't sit right with me. Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen can throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns and rack up 300 yards in a phenomenal regular season game. And the immediate response is, yeah, but can they do it in the playoffs? So, which direction are we looking? What is the standard? Throughout the regular season, everyone wants to reserve judgment. constantly pushing the can down the road to January. It's precisely why I approach my rankings and tiers the way I do. The default assumption is always, I expect this team to be great in the playoffs. By week 2, people are already projecting who will win the conference. I can't operate that way. I have to fight that urge, even though I feel it myself. I might think the Rams could be a dangerous playoff team, but then I have to pull myself back and focus on week 7. I want to be present for the season, not rush through it just to get to the postseason. If you constantly look ahead, you'll find yourself at the end of February wishing there was real football to discuss. The fascinating part is that the Philadelphia Eagles have been demonstrably the most successful team over the last 3 seasons. They have the most wins and a Super Bowl victory. That is the reality. They are the most successful franchise in the NFL over that time frame. You could bring up the Chiefs, but they didn't even make the playoffs this past year. They didn't win their division. That's not my fault. It's just a fact. The Eagles, on the other hand, have won their division twice, made the playoffs all 3 years, and won the Super Bowl. The Lions, Bills, and Ravens haven't done that. The Seahawks won a Super Bowl within that window, which is great, but look at their surrounding seasons. They missed the playoffs entirely in one of them. The Eagles' success is sustained. They've had a record-breaking running back, a record-breaking quarterback, and an elite defense that all culminated in a breathtaking, insane victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. And yet, the prevailing narrative seems to be that the Eagles' success is a fluke. It feels like every decision the organization makes, whether it's a coaching hire, retaining a player, or a draft pick, is met with skepticism, despite them being one of the winningest franchises of the last 30 years. Why is there no trust in how they are run? The counterargument is usually the Patriots, who have over 30 playoff wins since 2000. But that success is inextricably linked to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. It's an anomaly, a specific dynasty built on 2 legendary figures. The Eagles' success is different. Since 2000, they rank second in playoff wins, and they've achieved this with 4 or 5 different quarterbacks and multiple different coaching staffs. That's not the case for the Patriots, and it's not the case for the Chiefs during their recent run. That diversity in leadership and personnel makes the Eagles' sustained excellence truly remarkable. It's absolutely, positively remarkable. Yet, every time you turn around, you're confronted with more downplaying of their achievements. It's honestly shocking to me. Why is there such a reluctance to accurately portray and elevate a team that has experienced this level of success, while simultaneously elevating teams that have accomplished significantly less? I'm genuinely trying to understand the criteria. When is it appropriate to elevate, and when is it appropriate to downplay? If you can't bring yourself to give credit to a team as successful as the Philadelphia Eagles, then what is the point? When does success actually matter? I genuinely don't understand it. Those are just my thoughts on the matter. I would absolutely love to hear your perspective. What do you all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? Given the sheer volume of their success, the fact that they can top a graphic like this that was meant to feature the Baltimore Ravens, yet the discourse around them suggests they are only a step above a team like the Carolina Panthers. As if they were the Panthers in the year Cam Newton won the MVP. A great story, but ultimately forgettable. Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree. Let's get some discussions going. Did I say Cam Ward or Cam Newton? I hope I said Cam Newton. Did I say the Panthers or the Titans? I'm starting to doubt myself now. Self-doubt is a real thing. You have to find that self-love and look in the mirror and trust that you know what you're talking about. But seriously, let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. Agree or disagree, let's get into some discussions, maybe some friendly debates, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to have you as a part of it. I want to build something we all genuinely feel connected to and excited about. I think we are well on our way. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.